Hi and welcome to my channel. If this is your first time, thank you for coming. We have been waiting for you. Where have you been? First thing I need you to do is to hit that subscribe button and turn on the notification icon so that next time you'll be the first to get my amazing content. Anyways, today we want to talk about getting a driver's license in Canada. And because I stay in Ontario, I will be able to speak better to getting a driver's license in Ontario. Yeah, to get a driver's license in Ontario, you would need to go through the Ontario Graduated License Program. That is just big English for you need to get a G license. And the G license is broken into the G1, the G2, and the full G. But before we go into that, I want to tell you why you need a license. Even if you're not getting a car anytime soon, you do need a license. One of the major reasons is because the driver's license is one of a very few licenses that has your address on it. Your PR card does not have your address. Your Ontario health insurance card doesn't have your address on it. And so as far as I can think right now, the driver's license is the only thing that has your address on it. And I tell you, that will come in handy when you start to need to go pick up stuff with UPS, FedEx, ProRelator, etc. You get to understand why you do need to have a license. Another thing is, even if you're not planning to get a car, having a license now helps you with your insurance going forward, because your years of experience in Canada starts to count the day you get a license. And so the time you eventually decide to get a car, your insurance premium is lower than what you would pay if you just got your license. You can get your licenses exchanged for an Ontario license if you have a driver's license from the United States, United Kingdom, Japan, Taiwan. The list of countries are listed here, so check them out. To get any of your licenses changed or exchanged for an Ontario license, you need a valid driver's license or a license that is expired but not expired more than a year. You need a proof of ID, and you need an extract. So basically, an extract is a confirmation that you have been driving for so and so years. Depending on the number of years of experience you have as a driver, or well, yeah, whatever your extract says, it can help in reducing the number of tests or the number of exams you have to take to get your full G. So if you have if you're an experienced driver with less than 1 year experience, you would still need to go through the full graduated system. The upside to it is that you get a reduced number of time, depending on the number of experience that you have, to wait before you get to write your G2. If you have experience that is less than 2 years, then immediately after your G1 test, of course, I'm going to be explaining all of these tests in later series. Immediately after your G1 test, you can go for your G2. There's no wait period. And if you have experience that is more than 2 years, then you basically can write your G1 test and then go for your road test, your full G road test. So the G1 test is a series of multiple choice questions, and basically there are two parts. You have the knowledge-based part and the science. They all have 20 questions each, and you need to have a minimum of 80% in both. So you cannot have a cumulative 80%. You need to have 80% at least in both of them, and 80% amounts to 16 over 20 for each of those sections. So you're basically permitted to just fail 4. Anything more than 4, you're taking that section again. Well, the good thing is, if you fail a section and you pass a section, when you're coming for a retest, You only have to take the section that you failed. The test is in 27 different languages, but for your G2 and your full G, you can only take it in English and French, depending on the center that you actually go. How to prepare for your G1? For the G1 test, found out there's this app on Play Store. Link's going to be in the description. That was really useful. I encourage you to use it. Like, it's really very useful, and it did help me with my test. If you need additional resource to prep for your test, then you can check out the MTO handbook. It is a well-curated list of all of the things that you need to know as a driver, and all of the things that basically you get asked, especially demerit points. So watch out for demerit points when you're taking your your G1 test. As far as the requirements as far as the things that you need to do before taking the test, of course, after making your payment, or before or after, there's an eye test. So if you do use glasses, you want to go along with them. It's basically a simple eye test to, well, be sure you wouldn't kill somebody on the road, and to be sure you see well. Apart from that, if you're an experienced driver, you also want to go with your extract when you are writing your G1 test. If you take the G1 test without your extract, I can almost say for certain that your experience would not count when you are going through the graduated license program. So basically, when you're going from your G1 to your G2, if your extract or your experience would have allowed you to skip a particular part, if you don't go with that extract during your G1 test and have it registered, you don't even necessarily need to go during your G1 test with that extract. You could actually go before your G1 test with the extract. Just make sure that the extract is entered in before you do your G1 test, so that it counts for how your licensing would either be longer or shorter. So remember that. Now, for a quick recap for all of the things that we've talked through, for people with foreign driver's license or from countries like the United States, United Kingdom, Taiwan, Japan, etc., you can have it exchanged for an Ontario driver's license. Remember that. For people who have experience coming from Nigeria, please come with your extract and make sure the extract is not older than 6 months. So if your extract is older than 6 months, it would not count. And you need that extract to be entered into the system before you take your G1 test. Also remember that. For people who use glasses, remember to come with your glasses for your eye test. Everyone is going to have an eye test, whether you use glasses or not. But if you do use glasses, you want to come with them. In the next episode of this series, I will be running through the G2 and the full G test and all of the things that come with it, all of the shenanigans that come with the G2 and the full G test. So stay tuned and watch out for that. All right, that's it for today. And until the next time I see you, adios.